Hello, I'm Tim Berry, and I'm looking forward to telling you about our Winnebago journey. So, in a minute, I'm going to walk you around the outside and show you the basement compartments. But before I do that, I wanted to tell you about some of the stuff we can't see today that's up on the roof. There are 3 antennas up there. There's a regular television antenna. There is a satellite antenna that is on an arm, a mechanical arm that can go up and down. And then there is a Wi-Fi and cellular antenna. And I'll tell you more about those later. In addition, there's 2 air conditioning heating units, heat pumps up on the roof. There's a skylight. Seems like I'm missing something, but that's most of the stuff up there. And then I wanted to tell you about these compartments. So this first compartment is a very large compartment, and it has double doors. And on this side, we have the 95-gallon freshwater tank. This compartment is heated, so if you're camping someplace in the wintertime, you don't have to worry about freezing as much because it's right there. There's an electrical outlet there for you. This compartment is a very large storage compartment that includes, it's a pass-through compartment that goes completely through the coach and includes this large drawer system that pulls way, way, way out so that you don't have to do a lot of leaning over to reach the things that are in the middle of the compartment. It can hold as much as 800 pounds. Underneath it are the coach batteries. There's 4 coach batteries in there. I remember now what is on the roof that I forgot to tell you about. There are 2 solar panels up there, and those solar panels charge the batteries that are underneath the floor here. So I'll roll this in, and we'll come around and look at underneath the drawer. There's a little bit more storage because this is where we store the extra dining room chairs. These are folding dining room chairs that match the fabric materials of what's upstairs. They're kept inside these sleeves and are securely stored safely down underneath here, so they're in pristine condition. This next cabinet is simply a storage compartment. It's about 30 inches deep and 18 inches wide and 2 feet tall. And then we have the compartment for the diesel exhaust fluid, DEF. It's a large tank to go along with the 100-gallon diesel fuel tank. This compartment is a shallow compartment. Behind it is the engine. And we use this compartment to store our lawn chairs and other small things. Coming around the back end of the coach, there's 3 things I want to tell you about. The first is up here, there's a high definition backup camera up there that I'll be telling you more about in a little while. It's called a Furion system. Down below, we have 2 different kinds of braking systems that are available to you to use. One is a traditional electric brake system that hooks in right here, can be plugged in right here. Or if you want to use the hydraulic braking system, the air braking system. This coach does not have hydraulic brakes, it has air brakes. And the air brakes can control a towed car as well. So that's a choice that you can do. And then lastly, I wanted to show you how this opens. And if you're the kind of person that wants to check your engine oil, here's your dipstick right here for the engine oil. Here's the transmission oil place to check it. Here's the radiator fluid. And over here is where you pour the engine oil in. Let's shut this down and move around the other side. This cabinet is not for storage. It's where some of the fuses are for the coach, and it's also where the chassis batteries are. So these are not for the house electrical needs. This is for the engine starting purposes here. And there's 2 large batteries there. Moving forward, this compartment is for electrical. And I'm going to have Austin come around here a little bit so that you can see we have recently installed a large surge protector here. And so that wasn't there originally. Here's the original surge protector that came with the coach, and we upgraded that. In addition, we store our wiring in here, plus we store our sewer cables, and here's the big power wire. Moving forward, this is the water cabinet. A couple of things to notice. It has a light inside of it so that if you're working in the evening, you can turn on the light out here. It has a switch right here on it. You can fill your 95-gallon clean water tank from this side, or you can fill it from the other side of the coach. Either way, you have a filter here. This is one of 3 water filters I'll be telling you about. So this is a water filter on the main entry of water into the coach. You have a shower hose here for washing off things that might get dirty while you're doing the sewer connections. And underneath here are where the sewer hoses connect. The sewer hoses are stored in that other cabinet we looked at a minute ago, but this is where they connect. Nice little feature here is that when you get to some place and you're going to be staying there for a few days, you can open this little hatch door here. Your sewer hose can come down here, and then you can close the door, the compartment door, and the hose extends from the bottom of the coach instead of sticking out an open door. So you can lock everything up that way. Moving forward, here's the other side of that pass-through compartment with the big drawer inside it that we can open from either direction. And again, we have some storage underneath it, a small amount of storage that you can put things under. And right underneath here is where the coach batteries are that connect to the solar system, the solar panels on the roof. Moving forward, we have another compartment. This is where the propane tank is. It's a 28-gallon propane tank. Not much to say there. This door is a hatch that when we open it, this is your fuel pipe where you put in the diesel fuel. There's an identical one of these on the other side of the coach, so you can fill the fuel tank from either the left or the right side of the fuel tank. And then we have one last compartment, and this is another electrical compartment where there's some fuses and a modest amount of storage space here that you can utilize. Moving to the front, I'm going to open this front end of the diesel compartment and, front end of the compartment. There's a release down underneath that allows me to pull this out about 6 inches. And inside, this is where the diesel generator is. It works off of the same fuel tank. It's diesel fuel. And you can see that it has 260.3 hours on the generator right now. It's an Onan 8,000 watt quiet generator, and it is quiet. Additionally, up here we have a quick release outlet for pressured air, so that if you want to fill your tires, you can do it. And if you want to fill in inner tubes or a kayak or something else, you've got your air system that you can use to do that right here on the coach. I neglected to tell you 2 things. On the outside of the coach, there's a little entertainment system, a television right here. Connects to the antenna system or the satellite inside. And so there's one thing for extending your outdoor. And then this is an extension also. It's part of the Furion camera system. There's one of these on each side of the coach. This is a camera for the side view of traffic that might be in the lane on the right side of the coach, and it also has a built-in running light. There's one of the identical one of these on the other side of the coach. There's the camera that's the backup camera on the top of the back of the coach, and there's a fourth camera that's over the coach door right there to allow you to see if there happens to be somebody in your blind spot right here beside the coach, or if there's a neighbor that's come to knock on your door when you're parked at night. Okay, I'm going to come inside now. You got this nice screen door here, no holes in it, works wonderfully. And the first thing I'm going to point out to you is the electronic switches that are over here on this side. And you can see some of them are lit up white and others are green. So here's the awning switch is here. We have the master cutoff for the chassis battery system and the master cutoff for the coach batteries. This is the steps switch here, so you can lock the steps in or lock them out. And then there's some switches here for the first lights that you'll need inside on the ceiling lights. So right when you first step in the door, you've got some switches right here. You don't even have to come up the stairs. You can reach the switches from the ground, like if you wanted to move out the awning. Then backing up, we've got the passenger chair here, and it has a wonderful optional feature. It has a desk that's built right into the arm of the chair so that you can have this nice work surface when you're going down the road. You can put your maps there or your cell phone on it or a drink. And by the way, there's 2 drink cup holders along the side over here. Or you can use it in the evening when you swivel the chair around to the living area, and you can have the desk surface for there. It's a powered seat. It has a footrest inside of it that flips up. You can use the seat rest even when you're going down, the footrest when you're going down the road or in the evening, just like a Barco Lounger. And when you are driving down the road, there's a switch on the control panel that a floor extends out here and covers the stairwell so that you can step out of your seat and not fall down the stairwell. It actually slides right out, and it's a very sturdy flooring system. Moving over to the driver's side, we have a whole lot of stuff I want to show you. We'll start with the dashboard itself. There are all the gauges you'll need: RPM, oil pressure, transmission temperature. Since this coach has air brakes and air controls the leveling of it as well, it has airbags. You've got your PSI gauges here for the air system. Here's your RPM over here on this side, and here on the dashboard we can see that the mileage is currently 46,155.8 miles. On the left side over here, here's my automatic transmission. It's a 6-speed forward. And over here is the very important leveling system. This is computer chip controlled. And so you turn it on and then you push auto level. And then you wait about 2 minutes and you're level. And that's all there is to it. And at the end of that, you turn it back off again. And that's all there is to operating the leveling system. On the center console, we have 2 screens. This is a touch screen that operates the radio, the Bluetooth connections, CD player if you had one. You can run your phone through it, large number of things, and it's a touch screen. And then you have a screen also for the old backup camera system. And I'm going to tell you about that in just a minute. Down here we have a button for that quiet generator we saw on the front end. I'm going to push the button, and you just heard it start. The screen door is open, and so the sound you're hearing is mostly coming from the open door, but that's as loud as it gets. There's nothing more you need to do to the generator. You just push that button and it starts and goes, and you wait approximately 1 minute before putting a load on it, and then you can run the roof air conditioning or all the lights in the coach or whatever you want to do. I'll turn it back off and you can listen as it goes off. That's it. This button is a lock on the door, so you can lock the door from the driver's seat. And here are the controls for the dash air conditioning and heating system. Moving up, I'm going to open a cupboard and get out something to show you. This is a Furion new camera system, and on the outside of the coach we have a backup camera and 2 side cameras and a door camera. This is a much higher quality camera system than what was originally built into the coach. That's older technology from 2013. This is the latest, greatest type stuff. It's a touch screen, and you can, with a touch of a finger, tell it, I want to switch from the backup camera to the side camera, etc. You can put it here and Velcro it in place, or you can, and we have a adapter that allows us to position it so that your co-pilot can be the person who monitors the traffic behind you and in your right-hand lane, which is harder to see. So this comes with the motorhome. Okay, so we're inside now, and I missed showing you something I think you'll find important. This has 2 shades on the front of it. They're called solar shades and night shades. And I'm just going to push the buttons down here. And Austin, why don't you back up and show the picture of the windshield. And first I'm going to take up the night shade. And there we can see that up. Some people call that a privacy shade. And now I'm going to take up the solar shade. And people use this when they're driving down the road and they want to get the sun out of their eyes, like it's a sun visor on your car. And you can make this go up or down. Normally when you're camped, you take it all the way up because you want to be able to look at everything outside. You also have those same shades right here on the side. Here's the night privacy shade. Here's the solar shade to get the sun off you when you're going down the road and the sun is beating on the side of your face. You can pull that down easily enough. The other thing that I missed was to tell you about these lights that are here. These are map lights for reading when you're on the road in the evening. And there's a switch that covers it right here, down here, the map light switch. It turns them on and off. And then up here, this cabinet has a lot of electronics in it for the TV and the stereo system. So here is the satellite that's on the roof, the dish that's up on the roof presently. Here's the controller for the satellite. Here's the Blu-ray DVD player. And up here is the mixer for the home theater sound system. And there's also a light in here to be able to shine light in here. I've got all the remote controls for those devices sitting here. And so it's all conveniently kept inside to this cabinet, which has ventilation in it. Then over here we have a nice couch. It's in an L-shape form currently. But when you are traveling down the road, then you move this back pillow out of the way, you lift this is like this, and it slides in. And now you're ready to bring in the slide. On this side of the coach, I'll start at the top. We have lots of storage in here, and traditionally what we've used this for is our glassware and plates. There's some of them right now. The next thing coming down is a light switch to turn the lights on off of this cabinet. And I don't have it up right now, but out of this cabinet comes the built-in television set. And you've got a 40-inch TV here, and it goes up to about this height. I'm going to stop. You can see we have the table set for 2, but it pulls out and a leaf goes in here, and you can seat 4 at the table. Down below, there's storage down below in these cabinets. There are 6 doors you can see along there. We have 2 side drawers that we use, one for a utility drawer, and you could use one for silverware or whatever you'd like to do. I'll put this table leaf back in. It has a real solid click when it's in place, so you know it's not going to come out unintentionally. There's more storage here. There's a magazine newspaper rack down here for storage. Here's your conventional electric outlets. Here's the 12-volt system, so you can plug in this electrical device down here. And I didn't show you, there are more cabinets for storage up on this side, and a light switch here to turn off the light for the reading lights that are over your head back here. There are shades, identical shades on these windows. So there's a solar shade and there's a privacy shade, both on every single window in the coach. Moving into the kitchen, these are Corian countertops. And Austin, I'm going to move you back right about there so people can get a wide angle of the whole kitchen. And Austin, why don't you pan over here and show them the refrigerator that's over here. And here's the microwave convection oven. Underneath the countertop here are the 3-burner stove. There's lots of drawers underneath the stove, 3 of them there, 4 drawers here. There's where we keep the garbage can. And then I'm going to show people that down underneath here, there's another of the 3 filters. That's a water filter for the kitchen sink. And we have a stainless steel sink here. It's a double sink. You can slide this across. And they have conveniently put an exhaust fan right up above here. It's one of those magic fans that the vent cover goes up and the fan comes on. It's controlled by a switch on the wall right down here. And then Austin, if you'll come stand in the corner right here, I'm going to open up this cabinet, and this is where much of the controls for the coach are concerned. Here's your HVAC system. Heating and air conditioning, both the gas and the electric, run through this. It's very similar to a thermostat you'd have at your home. This panel right here is for the solar charging. There are 2 solar panels on the roof of the motorhome, and it's telling me right now that we're using 10 watts of power and we're generating 12.9 watts of power right now. These switches are for moving the slides. There are 3 slides on this coach. Each one has a separate switch for it. And this key up here locks it so that no one can accidentally send it in or out. This panel right here shows you that currently the freshwater tank is 1/3 full. The graywater waste tank is empty. And the blackwater tank is empty. And the LP gas tank is full. And you can control the water heaters. Either here's electric and here's gas, or you can do both of them at the same time to expedite getting hot water. Down here, these panels down here are more controls that normally you don't need to use these controls. Therefore, if you have a problem with the unit, you can get out your manual and look to see what corrections you need to make. And they're down here. Let's turn around and go down to, I'll open this bathroom door and ask Austin to back into the bathroom, and I'll show people the inside of the refrigerator. It's a large residential refrigerator. It's not a three-way, so this is a residential, and the power to it is turned off right at this moment, so the lights didn't come on. It has LED lighting on the inside of it. This device over here is for chilled water. It's a dispenser for chilled water. The freezer has an ice cube, automatic ice cube maker. It's a large freezer compartment down here. And up here we have the third water filter in the coach. So the water to the refrigerator cooler, the chilled water, is filtered first. Up here you have an electronic control board that tells you the temperature of the refrigerator and the temperature of inside the freezer compartment. And you have lots of storage on the doors. And this is the locking thing that you utilize when you're going down the highway that keeps the doors from sliding open. Lastly, there's a pantry. And these doors open over here, and out slides the shelving units. So there's where you can put all your cans of soup or tomato sauce or whatever, and this one down here as well. And they're locking. You'll hear it click. And that's how you know that it's not going to fly open when you're traveling down the road. There's a barn door into the barn door style door into the bedroom for privacy. So it's a nice hardwood door, stained nicely. And you can shut off your bedroom that way. Into the bathroom. And Austin, I'm going to have you go stand right in there and take a picture over toward this corner so people can see what's going on in here, and I'll turn on the lights. So we have storage here. We have storage behind the mirror. We have storage underneath the cabinet. We have storage for your reading material. We have a drawer. There's a light for the makeup mirror. And we have a real toilet, that's a China toilet. And we have a hose for helping you clean the toilet. And the valve is right here, foot valve is right here. One thing we've added is that this little white box down here is a equivalent of a night light, only it's on a sensor so that when you get up, it has a motion detector, and when you walk in front of it, a little light comes on there so that you don't have to stumble in the dark at night. Austin, if you'll come sit over here, and we'll take a picture of the shower so people can see the nice shower. And you can even see the original sticker on the shower stall says that it was manufactured February 25th of 2013. It has a nice shower hose, and I believe it is a 65-gallon gray water tank and a 35 or 45-gallon black water tank. I'll look that up and put it in the specifications on the listing. And it has glass doors, and we have a nice clamp system here to make sure that those doors do not clatter, do not chatter as you're driving down the highway. That would bother me. And then there's a skylight for lots of light in here. Okay, we're in the bedroom, and this is a new king size RV King mattress that's on the bed. It probably has about 100 nights of use on it total. It's one of those nice memory foam ones, firm but also soft on the top. And you can see across the back here we have a full-size closet Opens from both sides, and you can probably tell it has lighting on both sides, inside, and there's a switch here that controls the lighting. It's a nice large closet, and it latches well when you're going down the highway, so you don't have things flying around. This cabinet here we've used for sort of like a linen closet, and below the linen closet we have a combo washer dryer. Speaking of the washer dryer, this is a hamper, and you can see the TV above it, remote control, 6 drawers down here, nice sized drawers. And then up above, the above storage, and the same storage on the other side of the coach as well. The room has a ceiling fan, which is very nice in the summertime. And over here on this wall, we have the light switch controls, and it not only controls the lighting in the bedroom and the fan, but it also turns on the hall light. So you can get a light in the middle of the night in the hall if you want. So we've come to the end of our show. I hope if you have any questions, you'll give us a call. We're looking forward to hearing from you, or send me an email through the website.